Misconceptions about functions. A few misconceptions do exist about functions. Most middle school curriculum does not focus on deep ideas of functions. One study suggests that an important misconception is the work in transitioning students from process thinking about functions to object-oriented thinking. Let's take a look. Process-oriented thinking states that students use arithmetic and stay at the level of thinking about functions as the input-output process, such was shown in the video, using the function machine. Arithmetic thinking could be characterized as a focus on calculation with only one task. We think this is really important for multilingual learners to do because there are many examples that can be modeled with pictures and diagrams that they more than likely will recognize. However, multilingual students should move to object-oriented thinking. What is object-oriented thinking? Object-oriented thinking states that students use algebra to solve the problem. Algebraic thinking can be characterized by a focus on relationships between numbers and variables in addition to calculations. For example, students might also create a table, construct a graph, and discuss the linear or non-linear characteristics of the graph, and think about the bigger picture of the relationships between the variables. In addition to simply calculating values for an equation, let's walk through an example. Think about this situation. Sketch a graph that will show how x depends on y. A group of workers are planning to paint a bridge. X is the number of workers. Y is the length of time it will take the workers to paint the bridge. This is not a focus on input-output and calculations, but rather a focus on how students see relationships. The study suggests that there can be a cognitive obstacle or gap in moving from process to object-oriented thinking.